counting down the minutes to the first pitch of today's game.
Yes!
Who's in the starting lineup?
Come on, son. You got to get out there and take the mound. It's game time.
What does the skipper have to say?
It's an attitude. You got to be willing to defend. You got to be willing to base run, or you can't play here.
It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook with Tommy Wortz on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome in to the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up all things Brewers Cardinals. Ahead of first pitch today, 1:10 from American Family Field. Game number 150. We have made it to the home stretch here, people. Jose Quintana on the bump for Milwaukee, going up against Miles Michaelis. Your postseason-bound Brewers, 8 games. That's the magic number for the NL Central. What's the lineup look like today?
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Thanks again to Lakeland University for being a part of the leadoff show. Experience it your way, lakeland.edu. First up for the visiting Cardinals, Lars Nootbaar in left field to lead things off. Ivan Herrera, the DH, will bat second. Alec Burleson at first base will bat third. Thomas Sajaci at shortstop will bat fourth. Nolan Gorman at third base bats fifth. Pedro Pajes, the catcher, will bat sixth. Jordan Walker in right field bats seventh today. Jose Fermin is the second baseman batting eighth. Nathan Church in center field will bat ninth. Now for the Milwaukee Brewers, Sal Frelick in right field will lead things off. Jackson Chourio in center field to bat second. Christian Yelich, the DH, will bat third. Isaac Collins in left field bats fourth today. Bryce Terang at second base will bat fifth. Caleb Durbin at third base will bat sixth. Jake Bauers at first base batting seventh today. Danny Jansen, the catcher, to bat eighth. Yesterday's hero, rounding things out, the shortstop, batting ninth, Andrew Monasterio. Well, yesterday, Milwaukee officially clinches a spot in the postseason. This marks the team's 7th postseason appearance in the last 8 seasons, 3 in a row. The Brewers were just 2 games away from qualifying for postseason play in 9 straight seasons, missing only by a single game in both 2017 and 2022. As I said, the magic number 8 for the NL Central. That's a combination of Cubs losses and Brewers wins. It'd be the 3rd straight year the Brewers win the National League Central. Current standings, we'll go over it all in our Sunday standings as well. Brewers 6.5 game lead over the Chicago Cubs, 2 games for the best record in the National League Central. We got a lot to play for you guys back here on the leadoff show in case you missed it yesterday. So let's get right into it, starting with the ball game.
Did you miss the last game? Did you miss what was said after the last game? It's time to rewind. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
It was Jacob Mizorowski going up against Sonny Gray. The Miz got hit early in this one. A homer to Ivan Herrera to start things off in the first inning, plus a Lars Nootbaar double would make things 2-0 in favor of St. Louis right off the bat. Then a homer in the third inning to Brandon Donovan made it 3-0. The Brewers were down 3-0 after 2 1/2. A sacrifice fly in the bottom part of the third would make things 3-1, courtesy of Sal Frelick. The Brewers' first 4 runs in this game were all on outs. They found themselves down 6-1 in the top of the 6th after Grant Anderson and Rob Zastryzny unable to contain St. Louis thanks to Victor Scott's sacrifice fly and Pedro Pajes scoring on a wild pitch. It seemed like the Brewers were just beating themselves throughout this game. In the bottom part of the 6th, another sacrifice fly from William Contreras. In the 8th, a sacrifice fly from Contreras made it 6-3. Yelich would ground out to the shortstop. It made it 6-4. Okay, they're hanging out. They're hanging around. In the 9th, it felt like Sajaci gave them a nail in the coffin. Just when you thought the Brewers had some momentum working, it was 7-4 thanks to a single from Thomas Sajaci and another error. The Brewers just were beating themselves through 8.5 innings. Well, then the 9th inning came around. Caleb Durbin got hit by a pitch. Andrew Monasterio got hit by a pitch to start things off. Interesting. Insert Sal Frelick, RBI double, audio courtesy Fox.
Frelick, a base hit into the gap. Durbin around third. He will score. And the Brewers are within 2.
Interesting. Very Brewers-like, not really. A nice rip. This next RBI from Churio. Oh, that's the Brewers we know.
Churio. Ground ball. Stopped by a diving Donovan, but he won't be able to throw out Churio, and a run will score. Milwaukee is within 1.
Within 1, thanks to the infield single from Jackson Churio. How about William Contreras? Let's tie this ball game up with a real hit.
Contreras taps this one up the third base line. Frelick will score, and the game is tied. Milwaukee comes back with 3 in the 9th. And a team that will not quit.
They do not quit. They do not quit at all, indeed. That one went a solid 12 feet away from William Contreras after he hit it. 2 hit by pitches and 2 infield singles to get 3 runs to come across in the inning is so Brewers baseball. No shade at the Sal Frelick double. That one was a rip. In the 10th, however, Abner Uribe would come in. A double play from Ivan Herrera when a runner was moved over after the bases were loaded made things 8-7. Well, now the Brewers are going to start with the runner at second base. Jake Bauers would ground out to first. That would get Blake Perkins over to third. Now 1 out, just a runner on third. And Caleb Durbin, leave no doubt, a double.
Line drive into the gap, base hits, and this game is tied. Caleb Durbin.
Durbin ties things up 8-8. How about another hero on the day you clinch, Andrew Monasterio?
Monasterio up the middle, base hits. Here comes Durbin around third. The throw home, not in time. And the Brewers, on a day where they clinch, can celebrate properly. From down 6-1, 3 in the 9th to tie, 2 in the 10th to win it. What an at-bat by Andrew Monasterio. What an at-bat.
What an at-bat from Andrew Monasterio. That was the 10th pitch of the at-bat. After 5 straight foul balls, he would then watch 2 out of the zone, foul off 2 more before he got that RBI single to get the Brewers their 91st victory on the season. The win goes to Abner Uribe. The loss heads over to St. Louis's Kyle Leahy as he would give up the winning run to the Milwaukee Brewers. 91-58 on the season, and the first team to clinch a postseason berth into October.
Who was the MVP of the last game for the Crew? Who stood out the most? Let's find out. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
Lot to look at in the box score yesterday. 2 for 3, Sal Frelick. 2 for 4, Jackson Churio had a great defensive play in the game yesterday, too. 2 for 3 from Contreras, a hit from Jake Bauers and Joey Ortiz, plus Caleb Durbin, 2 hits as well. But Mona, you get the RBI walk-off hit after you did it for Burgers earlier in the year when they were in Cincinnati. A 10-pitch AB from Andrew Monasterio to win things for the Brewers in the 9th inning. He spoke to the media after the game. Monasterio, your MVP. Here he is after hitting the game-winning run for the Brewers yesterday.
I think like at any moment we make a run, we put pressure on their defense, and I think like as soon we made the first run, like we keep pushing, like glad we made it, and, like I did the big chance and I did it.
What's your mentality through, what's going through your mind as you're going through that 10 pitch at bats along at bat?
Yeah, to be honest, I was trying to be on base, like what I saw, a lefty on deck. To be honest, I don't try to be the hero at that moment. Glad I did it, but like my first thought was like be on base, like or move the guy to third base, something like that. Give a better chance to my team to win, and then I glad happy I get it basically.
We talked about this in Chicago. You kind of wrote your name in the franchise history books with that home run in Cincinnati, and now you get the Ryan Braun home run to put in the playoffs, and your name goes along that. Does that mean something special to you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%. Something like everybody know like I don't get like a lot of time for it, but I am always ready. So Pat Murphy and the front office and the coaches told me like that's my job. Be ready for any moment to play any position, like be ready for anything. So like I know what is my role and I take it.
When you said in that answer a couple ago that you weren't trying to be the hero, do you think that's has played a part in you guys getting to this point? That's not what you guys are trying to do.
Yeah, so like everybody you're trying to like help the team to win. Nobody wants to be a hero. If you're the hero, that's fine. But like the first thought, like help the team to win, and like try to give it a better chance to my teammate to execute it. Like
Great job, Mike.
so like to be honest, yeah. So 100%, I just trying to like give a better chance to my team to win. Want the guy to third at least. Don't try to be too much. Don't try to do too much. And like for sure, I repeat, glad and happy I made it.
How fun and how gratifying has this season been for you, getting obviously the team success, and then you've had some really, really fun personal moments as well.
I can say just like he's so grateful, be grateful. I'm so happy to help my team to win. I want to be in the playoff, like trying to make it to the World Series, trying to win. So that's the first thought, so that's our only goal, win the World Series.
Was a celebration on the field crazier than in here?
There is Andrew Monasterio. There's a little more on our guy Andrew Wagner's Twitter if you want to hear that, but I got a bunch I want to get to. The only goal for this Brewers team to win the World Series. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up. All things Brewers Cardinals ahead of game number 3 of the series after the Brewers win 9-8 in game number 2. A great locker room yesterday. A lot of people talking to the media after the game. Christian Yelich is kind of the captain of this Brewers team. He spoke after the game. Want to get you some of those words afterwards as well. I have Jacob Mizorowski, Caleb Durbin, but next up, I usually play Pat Murphy post-game, the media availability. I think it's more fitting to play the manager from yesterday in the clubhouse. And that was because Pat Murphy read off a letter to the team. And it was a letter written by Hall of Famer, former Brewers broadcaster Bob Uecker. That was written before and to be read posthumously when the Brewers make it to the postseason. And I think it was a great touch and another way that you could feel a little bit closer to Bob after he's no longer here with us. But maybe after reading this letter, you feel it a little more that he actually still is here.
I got a letter today from you. And before we toast, I want to read it. Thanks, Mark. thought it was fitting. The last time that we celebrated, Duke was with us. Howdy, boys. Never a doubt you would get this invitation. You did it by believing. Really miss you guys, and I wish I was there. Things are good. The God Almighty picked me to be on his team up here, albeit I'm the third catcher. It's a great league. No day games after night games. No shadows. But you got all the sticky you need to have up here. Told the big guy about you guys. You play hard every night. You're not afraid to play for each other. He's obviously very interested in the group with this uncommon goodness. The fact that you have the best record in baseball, the best road record in baseball, has caught his attention. You don't really need me. I know you guys really don't need me, but I've got to tell you, I'll be on the headset every night watching. And don't forget to take it all in, enjoy it, keep it light, and believe in each other. Bob Uecker. So let's toast to him and to our team, what we've achieved so far. Hey, hey. It's supposed to be non-alcoholic.
A little joke at the end from the manager, Pat Murphy, that audio courtesy of the Brewers. But a very powerful message, obviously, to have that, maybe a little bit of ad-libbing from Murphy in there, but just to have something written, just kind of adds up to more of this Uecker magic, right? On what's going on with Milwaukee during this time. And one more, I want to play Christian Yelich for you, because the Brewers, if you haven't put 2 and 2 together on the golden era of Brewers baseball, as so I've been told, prior to trading for Christian Yelich, the Brewers had missed the playoffs 6 straight seasons, had only made the postseason 4 times in franchise history. Well, yesterday, they reached the playoffs now for the 7th time in his 8 seasons with the Brewers. Cornerstone, captain, for sure. What a run it's been with Christian Yelich and the Milwaukee Brewers. He spoke to the media after the game. Here is Christian Yelich after the Brewers clinch a spot in the 2025 October Baseball Classic.
For the guys that haven't been here as long as you have, and guys like Caleb, what do you want them to take away from how hard this is to accomplish?
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, look, it's something that you set out and try to accomplish the first day you show up in spring training. It takes all that time, that many months. You got to weather the ups and downs, and you got to commit yourself mentally, physically, every day to compete the way that you need to compete as a player, but as a team too, to make sure you go out and win games. And tonight, obviously not our cleanest game, not the best version that we can play, but we found a way, right? We were resilient. We could have easily packed it up and just been like, oh, it's not our night, but that's not really who we are. We just kept fighting, kept finding a way. Guys kept getting on base, and then next thing you know, some cool stuff started happening. And, with an unbelievable up out there at the end to cap it off.
Was part of your message to the guys after?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what I was going to say. It was probably just like, you're up. But, yeah, it was just like, appreciate that, every time that you make the postseason, it's an accomplishment, right? Like, we have a bigger goal, but you have to acknowledge that, like, hey, we accomplished something pretty special, and we're the first team to do it this year. And obviously, we have bigger goals and want to have many more celebrations. But from where we were at the beginning of the season, after the Yankee series, after the home opener, and then a bunch of different points throughout the year, you should acknowledge that, hey, you guys, we dug deep and found a way to compete and turn this thing around and play really good baseball with the guys in this room, and really proud of them, and just basically hopefully it's the first toast of many. It's kind of
There is Christian Yelich speaking a little bit to the media after the game yesterday. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up. All things Brewers and Cardinals ahead of first pitch today. 1:10 from American Family Field. Jose Quintana going up against Miles Michaelis. Coming up in the program, we're going to talk to Drew Wagner in about 20 minutes or so here, but we have Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook to get a nice little parlay for the people going before today's game. If you want to get any action, Austin, definitely the guy to be listening to all season long. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wirtz here with you live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wirtz here with you live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Brewers lineup, in case you missed it earlier in the show. Sal Frelick in right field to lead things off. Jackson Churio will bat second, plays center field. Christian Yelich, the DH, will bat third. Isaac Collins in left field bats fourth today, while Bryce Terang at second base will bat fifth, and Caleb Durbin at third base will bat sixth. Jake Bowers at first base bats seventh today. Danny Jansen, the catcher, will bat eighth. Rounding things out, the shortstop batting ninth today, Andrew Monasterio.
Let's get the latest on today's odds for the game. What's the best way to go? Let's check in with our expert from the Potawatomi Sportsbook to find out. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Joining us now, as he does each and every day, you can find him over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook because he's the manager of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Austin Herdina, live at Potawatomi, joining us here on the leadoff show. Mr. Herdina, happy Sunday. How are things going over there so far today, my friend?
Very good, very busy. Great crowd of people here today to watch sports.
That should be awesome. Should be great. We'll get right into it then. A great win yesterday from the Brewers. They clinch a postseason berth now for the 7th time in the last 8 years. And looking at the betting odds today, Brewers are the favorite, -186 according to this Potawatomi Sportsbook, -1.5 on the run line. I'll get you +114. And the over-under set at 9 today. Austin, what are you looking at from your most popular bets to get a nice little parlay for the people going, courtesy of Potawatomi?
I'll tell you what, after that amazing game last night, I think the Cardinals are demoralized. I think they're a team that, they were only a few games out of a playoff spot. After a loss like that with only a couple weeks left in the year, it might be the nail in the coffin for them this season. So I'm liking the Brewers -1.5. I think we're going to come through with a lot of runs again today. And I'm liking Jackson Chourio to go yard. Thinking Chourio to hit a home run. So put those two together in a parlay. +700 today.
+700 courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the 1.5 run line for Milwaukee, and Chourio to hit a homer. That's a big one today. We got a nice juicy one after hitting last time. No show yesterday, I'm sorry, because of Notre Dame football, but that might be a conflict in the future here. Not too many, hopefully for the rest of the season. Austin, what else is going on over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook people need to know about? I'm sure Sundays are crazy there right now. If people want to come hang out on a Sunday later on, how might they do it? And what else is coming up?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it is crazy. On NFL Sundays, we get about 30,000 bets on NFL Sundays, which is just insane.
Yeah.
So it's been very, very busy here all day. It's going to continue to be that way. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, if you make your way in here, highly recommend that you use our website to build your bets with our QR code. It allows you to go into our express lane and go right to the front of the line. It is a really nice way for you to build up all your bets ahead of time, come to the sports book, and just get your bets in and then go find your space to watch the game. If you're going to be coming in and enjoying our space, highly recommend getting your reservations in before game day. And you can do that by going to Potawatomi.com, clicking on Sportsbook, and then reservations. And you'll see the choices for the different areas that you can sit in and watch the games today. So it's just a lot of fun on Sundays for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun in the future on more Sundays. Of course, Packer games, make sure you guys get those reservations in whenever you guys want to go, going under that Sportsbook tab, finding your date, clicking where you want to sit. Either get in on the action, go in the second level, wherever you might like it. Should be an awesome time every time you go over to the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Austin, have a good rest of your day, my friend. We'll do it again on Tuesday. No game tomorrow. And, of course, go Brewers.
Go Brewers.
There he is, Austin Herdina, Sportsbook Manager over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, jumping off the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call. That's all. Last time, real quick, Brewers 1.5 on the run line, and Jackson Chourio to homer. It'll pay +700 courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Nobody likes them.
Craig Counsell returning to American Family Field.
We all want to see them lose.
It's not my job to tell people how to feel about something, or even to figure it out. Let people feel how they want to feel, and I'm good with that, and I think it doesn't have to be all positive.
It's time to eye up the enemy for today's game. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Eye on the enemy always seems to be great topic to discuss and talk about when it's a divisional rival between the Brewers, Cardinals. See them a lot. Jose Quintana making his 24th start on the season. It's his 3rd time facing the St. Louis Cardinals. So many of these numbers very accurate as to what has happened this season, specifically for Jose Quintana against St. Louis. So how did they go the previous times? Well, last time Quintana pitched against St. Louis, you got to go back to June 14th. He went 4 1/3, 5 earned runs in the game, 7 runs total. He struck out 4, allowed a homer, 101 pitches. Brewers lost 5-6. The time before that, much better. That was in April, back end of April. 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts. Now looking at the strikeout totals this season, 6, second highest Quintana's got in a ball game. 7 he had against Atlanta in the beginning of August. So there has been good times. There's been bad times for Quintana against St. Louis. Specifically, here's how they look. Lars Nootbaar is 3 for 6 this season against Quintana. Ivan Herrera 1 for 5. Burleson 1 for 4. Thomas Sajacy's 0 for 2. Nolan Gorman has a hit and the only man in the lineup to have a homer off of Jose Quintana. Pedro Pajes 2 for 4. Jordan Walker 2 for 6. That's everyone who's got hits against Jose Quintana. Jose Fermin and Church both nothing to show against Jose. Now the Brewers against Michaelis. This guy has been on the team for so long. Just been there forever, right? Sal Frelick's 3 for 14. Jackson Churio is 3 for 9, does have a homer in his career off Michaelis. Bryce Terang's 2 for 15, also has a homer. Caleb Durbin 1 for 2, and Andrew Monasterio 1 for 3. Christian Yelich 9 for 45. How many at-bats? 45 career at-bats now against Miles Michaelis for Christian Yelich. Has 2 homers in that time, 16 strikeouts to show for it as well. So Christian Yelich looking to add on to his already big history with Miles Michaelis, maybe improve a little bit. He's batting just 200 with those 2 homers. Time to see if Christian Yelich can really help carry things out. And they moved the lineup up again. Remember, Yelich, like a couple days ago, was batting 5th, and Terang was in the 3 spot. Well, Terang, after an 0 for yesterday, they move him back down to the 5 spot to see if he can get a little more comfortable during this as well. That is your eye on the enemy report ahead of Brewers Cardinals game number 3 today. 1:10. Jose Quintana going up against Miles Michaelis. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz getting you ready for all things Brewers Cardinals ahead of game number 3. Let's take our eye off of the major leagues for the time being. Take a look at the minors.
The key to building a winner in baseball is a strong minor league system. Who are the names we should know? How did they play in their last game? Ironworkers Local 8 brings you Building a Winner. Building Milwaukee's future, one beam at a time. Apply now at iwl8.org.
Yes, time for another Building a Winner feature presented by Iron Workers Local 8. Thanks again to Iron Workers Local 8 for being a part of the leadoff show all season long. We don't got a lot left. It's already game number 150. 150? We done that many of these leadoff shows? It's crazy. Let's take a look, starting with Nashville, AAA.
Nashville Sounds.
Nashville yesterday wins 3-1 over the Gwinnett Stripers, the AAA affiliate of the Atlanta Braves. Stuart Baroa 1 for 3 in the contest. Brandon Lockridge 2 for 4. Anthony Siegler 2 for 4. I mean, all these old friends that have been up at some point combined for 5 hits yesterday in their 11 at bats. Luis Urias 2 for 3 in the contest as well. And then not a whole lot after that. Jefferson Cuero was 0 for 4 in the game. Reynel Delgado 0 for 3. Eric Haas 0 for 2. Freddie Zamora 0 for 3. Everyone who's just been with the Brewers in previous history, an awesome game. Anyone who has yet to come up, for the most part, wasn't very great. 3-1, however, they would win. Robert Gasser pitched in this one. He actually did not start. Carlos Rodriguez started the game. He came in for 5 innings. Then for 3 1/3, it was Robert Gasser. 1 hit, no runs, 4 strikeouts for Gasser. He picked up the victory yesterday in the contest. Pitching today for the Nashville Sounds, it'll be Bruce Zimmerman trying to get back on track after his last start didn't go all that well. He's 9-7 with a 4.2 ERA on the season. One more team to talk about.
Biloxi Shuckers.
Yeah, I know. Everything's gone. We have everything we loved all this way has not made it to the end of the season, but Biloxi and Nashville still playing, and the Shuckers win 5-1 over the Birmingham Barons. Luis Lara 1 for 2 in the ball game. 2 hits out of Jesus Made. And does the day end in Y? Yes, it does. That means Blake Burke has homered again. He homered yesterday. He has been unreal since being called up to AA Biloxi. For instance, when he was with the Timber Rattlers this year, he was having a great year. He was having a good stretch. 95 games he played with Wisconsin. He had 101 hits. He hit 5 homers, 48 RBIs, 289, 783 OPS. Not terrible. Well, with Biloxi now, with 37 games in the books, 11 homers. Yes, 11 homers. He's batting 300, has a 956 OPS. Blake Burke, he might find himself competing for a AAA roster spot at this rate. The first-round pick from 24. Now really interested. Sorry, second-round pick from 24. I love what I'm seeing out of Blake Burke to close out the season, and it should be fun to see what the Shuckers can do in postseason play when that starts up. Gosh, that lineup is just awesome. You know who else played yesterday for the Shuckers? Luke Adams, Mike Bovey, Xavier Warren, Garrett Spain, all of these guys. They're going to be on the team sooner than you realize, and the Shuckers are the team to watch. Make sure you tune in. Just a humble plug right there with Bally Sports Live. No, not a sponsor, anything like that, but if you want to watch some of these games, like, they are exciting. And Blake Burke and Jesus Made batting 2-3 like that, whew, that's fun. That's exciting. This Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8, building Milwaukee's future one beam at a time. Coming up, we're going to talk to Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports, pick his brain a little bit, see what's going on at American Family Field as he'll join the leadoff show in the next segment. We are live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. More Drew Wagner coming up next.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 1057 FM The Fan.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM 1057 FM The Fan studios powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Before we get over to Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports, Brewers lineup one more time in the program. Sal Frelick in right field to lead things off. Jack Centurio in center field will bat second. Christian Yelich, the DH, will bat third. Isaac Collins in left field bats fourth today. Bryce Terang at second base will bat fifth. Caleb Durbin at third base will bat sixth. Jake Bowers, the first baseman, bats seventh. Danny Jansen is catching, batting eighth, and rounding things out, the shortstop batting ninth, Andrew Monasterio.
What's the latest on the crew? Let's go inside the clubhouse with Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports on the leadoff show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 1057 FM The Fan. Inside the clubhouse is brought to you by Focus Baseball. Join their fall mini camps at focusbaseball.com.
Joining us now, as he does each and every day, you can follow his work at Forbes Sports. Follow him on Twitter at @AndrewWagner. It is Drew Wagner joining us here on the leadoff show. Mr. Wagner, good afternoon and morning to you, my friend. Happy Sunday.
Sun's out, guns out, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how Mr. Wagner always operates here, Drew. And yesterday, you were in the stadium as the Brewers clinched. They clinched before they won the game, but then they win the game, so it feels a little bit better. 7th postseason berth now in the last 8 years, Drew. All of this happening during the Christian Yelich tenure, which everyone should kind of piece together. What was that environment like yesterday in the clubhouse as the Brewers clinched their postseason berth?
Has that game actually ended yet? Is it? I think it still might be going on in some alternate universe.
Yeah, that was an awesome one.
There was some exhaustion in there. That was a long game. Those guys you could tell they were pretty worn, but I mean, it didn't feel like, it honestly didn't feel like a celebration in any way, shape, or form. It felt like any other post game. They didn't do the champagne celebration, the crazy stuff you always see. They had a toast, and then said, "All right, go home, get some sleep. We got another one tomorrow morning."
Well, Drew, yesterday, that game just was that game yesterday felt like the epitome of Brewers baseball, right? It's 4 runs to start the game or throughout the game, all on outs, right? They got the 3 sac flies and then the ground ball just station to station. Then you finally get a nice rip from Sal Frelick, but really then it's 2 hit by pitches and 2 infield singles to tie things up in the 9th. Oh, and then at the end of the game, Andrew Monasterio walks it off, just as we all predicted, right, Drew?
Yeah, that's exactly how they drew it up back in spring training. And you're right, it was probably the most blatant display of Brewer ball. We have another word for the press box, but we can't say it on the radio. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it was textbook. I mean, that's how the Brewers have done it all year long. That's how they've made it happen. They ran up against a good pitcher yesterday. That was the big thing. Sonny Gray was coming. Murph made a little joke about him maybe possibly putting something on the ball. But Sonny Gray was great. And then the Brewers just went to work against the bullpen.
Drew Wagner joining us here on the leadoff show. Follow him on Twitter at @AndrewWagner. Drew, looking at the future now, right? 8 games is the magic number for the National League Central. They have the 6.5 game lead. They got to go 6-7 to break the franchise record for wins in a season. How hard is it for the Brewers to lock in on today, and today being just every day today, when they have these now in their rearview mirror looking to see when can they get to these moments, right? When can they get to the franchise record? When can they get to clinching the National League Central for the 3rd straight year? Like, all of this is ahead of them, but yet their message is always focused on today, Drew.
Well, I mean, it's not that hard because, first of all, this has been their MO for the last 2 years, right? Win tonight. Can't do anything about tomorrow. Can't do anything about yesterday. To accomplish those things, that list of things that you just rattled off, they can't do that unless they win. So, like, in order to win that division title, in order to win that top seed, in order to set the franchise record, they have to win this game in front of them, and then worry about winning the next one. You can't. What do I always say about sweeps? You can't win 2 until you win 1. You can't win 3 until you win 2. So you just got to focus on the game at hand. And if you keep doing that, the rest of that stuff will take care of itself.
Drew, the other thing I want to talk about with the Milwaukee Brewers is they yesterday had their 20th sellout of the season. And I saw you put a tweet out on some traffic on 94 already, and you're anticipating another sellout. The crowds, like, they've seemed so much more into it this year, more than any other year. And maybe this Brewer Ball and the ragtag group of guys has it. Like, is it very noticeable when you're in the press box every day that this year feels different, at least from a fan engagement standpoint, more than we have seen in years past?
I mean, a little bit more, but I mean, I'll be honest, and I'm not trying to be fan police here. You know, we'll leave that to Onabam on Twitter, who does a great job of it. Like, I've noticed more chanting in the moment. I've noticed more noise in the moment. But, like, honestly, there's a lot of times where you think it should be loud and it could be loud and probably needs to be loud, and it's not.
Okay.
And fans seem to spend more time trying to start the wave than they do trying to, like, create an atmosphere. And I'm not, like, talking about root for the home team. I could care less about that. But, like, you want to create an intimidating environment, right? You want to make a true home field advantage. And the thing I always think about is the Pirates in that wild card game against the Reds, however many years ago it was, where they basically, like, chanted Johnny Cueto off the mound.
Yeah.
You know, and they, like, completely messed him up. Like, that kind of atmosphere is cool. It's fun. It's fun to be in when, like, the place is loud and just on your rear end all the time. Like, you know, if Brewers could do that, especially in the playoffs when the roof is probably going to be closed more often than not, man, it's going to be hard to play here.
All right. Well, now there it is. Call to action from Drew Wagner. Get a little rowdy coming up in postseason play. Follow Drew on Twitter.
No, my call to action is stay home so I can, like, get in and out of here without traffic. Like,
I know you.
It's all about me, baby.
I understand. Yes, I understand how you feel, Drew. I get why you would say this. You're always there late anyway. Everyone else should be leaving by the time you get out of there. You're working so hard.
Yeah, people like to avoid the traffic by sitting and cranking in the parking lot. And don't get me wrong, I am endorsing staying hydrated.
Yeah,
but not when you're driving and not when I'm trying to drive home sober.
Yeah, makes sense. Drew Wagner joining us here on the leadoff show. Drew, Quintana on the bump today. They moved around the Woody start, right? So everyone kind of got moved up. Miz got to pitch in yesterday. Do you think that affected Jacob Mizorowski at all yesterday? And do we still have any more inkling on where his role might be following these next 13 games for Milwaukee and heading into October?
I honestly don't know. Let's be honest. Yesterday was not impressive. And I actually cut this out of my story last night. You know, he had I think it was a 2.7 ERA going into the stint on the IL. Numbers that got inflated because he had that 3-run outing against Chicago in his last appearance. You know, still pretty good. 2.7 ERA through 7 starts. Since coming back, it's 6.2. He's not been very good since coming back. So it's hard to say what his role is going to be, where he fits. He's got things he's got to work on and figure out. He's got to keep the walks down. He's got to keep the ball in the park. He's got to locate. He's not what he should be right now.
Well, and Drew, I don't know, a couple of things that go against any argument of, like, starting or bullpen, whatever. Like, for one, Jacob Mizorowski, we've seen be very productive against the order the first time through. Well, yesterday he gave up the 2 runs right away in the first inning, and they've now moved Robert Gasser along. Yesterday he pitched 3 1/3 out of the pen. Like they're trying to work him into some sort of bullpen role. Do you think that Gasser could be on the radar to be in a postseason roster, even if he doesn't pitch a single inning of Major League ball?
I think so. It's not that unheard of. Granted, it was a hitter, but Kyle Schwarber didn't play in a single regular season game, or maybe he played in just one when the Cubs won the World Series. They brought him back. They added him to the big league roster for the postseason run, and he went on a tear. It's a little apples and oranges comparison, hitters and pitchers, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on Gasser. We'll keep an eye on Mizorowski down the stretch here as the Brewers clinch their 7th postseason berth in the last 8 years. Drew, were you in the locker room when Murphy read the Bob Uecker letter? No?
No, I was not.
They did that? Did they do that before media availability?
They did it before media availability, yeah.
What was your reaction just hearing it, watching it on Twitter?
Honestly, I haven't watched it yet. We were here till about 1 o'clock in the morning. Got home, went to sleep, got up, came back to the ballpark. Haven't seen it yet. I heard it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely something that I'll check out later.
All right. Well, make sure you do that, and then we'll get a full book report on the 1.5 minute letter by Monday. I need that tomorrow. All right, Drew. Have a good rest of your day, my friend. Happy Sunday. We'll do it again on Tuesday.
Sounds good.
There he is, Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports, jumping off the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call. That's all. Got a little bit of time before I want to get over to keys to the game, how we always finish things here on the leadoff show. But Sunday's standings, want to take a look as the Brewers are the first team in Major League Baseball to clinch a postseason berth, 6.5 game lead over the Chicago Cubs in the National League Central. The first team to 90 wins, first team to 91. The Phillies, though, however, 2 games back of Milwaukee. They lead the National League Central by 13 games as they are 89-60 on the season. Dodgers 83-65 lead the NL West. The Padres 81-68 leading second in the National League West. Looking at the wild card standings in the National League, it would be the Chicago Cubs, the San Diego Padres, and the New York Mets have a half a game lead over the San Francisco Giants right now. Cincinnati Reds 1.5 games back of the New York Mets as well, and 2 games back the Arizona Diamondbacks sit 74-75. That's what the National League looks like. Over on the American League side, leading the AL with the best record in the American League is the Toronto Blue Jays, 86-62 on the season. The New York Yankees, with the best wild card spot right now, are in second, 3 games back of Toronto, 83-65. Detroit leading the American League Central, 84-65, while the Mariners and Astros tied atop the AL West, 81-68, with just about, what is that then? 13 games left. So it'll be a good down the stretch over on the American League side of things to close out the season.
How does the crew win today's game? Who needs to step up? Let's find out with the keys to the game. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Keys to the game, how we always end things here on the Leadoff Show. I don't even know, like, Brewers have accomplished so much, right? There's one guy in the lineup today that really needs his moment still, and it was their, quote, big trade deadline acquisition, Danny Jansen. They give the off day to Contreras behind the plate. Like, Danny, one homer as a member of the Milwaukee Brewers. Like, can you tie Jesse Winker for Brewers all-time homers? That's all you got to do at this point. Just one. I'm waiting for it still. Would love to see it. Starting to get a little bit better, it feels like. along the way too, hitting the ball a little harder, getting a couple doubles in there. Danny Jansen, go yard. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for one moment for Danny Jansen, as everyone else seems to have one on this Brewers team. Let's get Danny Jansen one. That is today's key to the game. That's going to do it for us here at The Fan. Make sure you guys are checking out all your favorite local programming starting at 8 a.m. every day here on The Fan. Make sure you guys follow the YouTube page, youtube.com/@thefan_Milwaukee. You can watch all of your favorite shows that you listen to already. And of course, check us out wherever you get your podcasts. That's as well. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, doesn't matter. Full shows all put up there as well. Jose Quintana, Miles Michaelis wrapping things up as Brewers take on the St. Louis Cardinals for game number 3 of the series. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz been live with you from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Don't forget, send them home.